The release of Apple Arcade is just around the corner, the 19th of September for iOS 13 and the 31st of September for iPadOS and tvOS 13 and sometime in October for macOS Catalina. So because of this, I want to help you guys prepare for this gaming subscription service. So let's get to it. First, make sure you update your device. To subscribe to Apple Arcade and to download the games in the first place, you'll need to be running the latest operating system, which is iOS 13, iPadOS, tvOS 13 or macOS 10.15 Catalina. In addition, the subscription will be all you can play, one subscription, you can cancel at any time in settings. All games will be playable offline across iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Mac and Apple TV, and all apps will support iCloud backup, so you can start playing on any device and pick up on another in the exact same spot. Next, make sure you have $4.99 spare. Subscribing to Apple Arcade will cost only $4.99 USD a month. A 1-month free trial will also be available, so you can test it out before you go ahead with the purchase. Family sharing is available too, so up to 6 people will be able to share a subscription. The catalog will exceed 100 games in the coming weeks as new titles are introduced, with more games to come every month. You should invest in a gaming controller. Some games will support controllers, including Xbox wireless controllers with Bluetooth, PlayStation DualShock 4 and MFI game controllers, in addition to touch controls and Siri remote. I personally suggest a PS4 controller. It's incredibly comfortable, elegant, and fits well in both small and large hands. You can pick up one of these controllers for a decent price on Amazon or eBay. I've included a link to buy one in the description. Up next, be sure to choose the right device for Apple Arcade. There are so many devices to play these games on, but which platform is best for you? Well, I've put it down to 3 categories. First, the budget option. This option brings you the lowest price, but entry-level performance for playing these games. First, we have the new iPod Touch 7th Gen. It sells for $199 USD. It has a 4-inch Retina display and an A10 Fusion chip. This device is fine for playing the Apple Arcade games, but the 4-inch display may not be ideal for some games. It's quite a small screen, really. Next, we have the Apple TV 4K, starting at $179 USD. You'll have high resolutions up to 4K, if a game supports this feature, that is, and you'll have decent performance with the A10X Fusion chip and great audio capabilities. This is a cheap price, but in my opinion is the best way to play Apple Arcade games. And we have the new 7th generation iPad, which goes for $329. This has a 10.2-inch display and a A10 Fusion chip. It's not nearly as powerful as, the iPad Pro, but it is still a good entry-level tablet for gaming. Or you can purchase a used iPhone, iPad or Mac that is able to run these supported operating systems. But remember, you may be limited to poor graphical detail and performance in some games. Next, we have the midline option. This option will provide you with decent graphical detail and performance when gaming. The following iPhones, iPads and Macs fit into this category. The iPhone 8 starting at $499, the iPhone XR starting at $599, and the new iPhone 11 starting at $699. Then we have the iPad mini starting at $399, or the iPad Air starting at $499. And we have MacBook Airs starting at $1,099, or Mac Minis from $799. Or you can go for the Pro option. This is the costliest option here, but will bring you pro performance and high graphical detail. First, we have either the 13-inch or 15-inch MacBook Pros, starting at $1,299 for the 13-inch model, or an iMac 4K or 5K, starting at $1,299 for the 4K model. Many Apple Arcade titles will offer custom graphic options, so if you have a powerful Mac, you can run these games at higher graphical settings and frame rates. Or you can invest in an eGPU for Thunderbolt 3 Max to easily run games at max settings, even if you have a low-end Mac. Next, we have the new iPhone 11 Pro, which is going to be starting at $999 USD. This model brings the A13 Bionic chip and has a Super Retina XDR display, great speakers, and haptic feedback for vibration. And last, we have the iPad Pro starting at $999 USD. This device has a Liquid Retina display, a very powerful graphics chip, the A12X Bionic, and supports up to 120 frames, but it's up to the game's developer to support this feature. It is expensive, but offers better performance than iPhones and is the best experience in terms of portability with a stunning larger display. And last, I would suggest that you free up some storage space. This might sound obvious, but it's important to note, every game will be playable offline here, and you will need to download them onto your device. This means you should have a good amount of storage space available. I wouldn't expect the file sizes of these games to be huge, as iPhone and iPads don't have the biggest storage capacities, same with MacBooks. However, while some games may only be half a gigabyte or even less, I would expect more high-end games, such as Oceanhorn 2, The Bradwell Conspiracy, or Beyond a Steel Sky, to be at least 3 gigabytes or over. I'd say for safety reasons, have at least 10 to 20 gigabytes of storage capacity available. So, are you excited for Apple Arcade? Do you think it will be a game changer? Are you actually considering subscribing? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to check out my other videos showcasing some of the confirmed games for this gaming subscription service. Thanks for watching.